everyone, my name is Eileen Hull. I'm a Sizzix designer and I recently had a new collection come out and I'd like to share with you what the products are and then demonstrate how to use two of them. Okay, I'll be doing videos on each item, but I want to especially concentrate on the stencil because that's new. I've never done a stencil with Sizzix before. So it's a beautiful 4-layered stencil and it's actually based on a watercolor that I did a little while ago. And I thought that would be a fun thing to make a stencil that coordinates. So I did that and then I thought, ooh, even better, let's make a die that will cut the pieces out without having to fussy cut. So that is what I want to demonstrate. The three other pieces that come with this collection they're called scoreboard dies and they're meant to work with thick material. They cut and score mat board, chipboard, leather, felt, fabric, all kinds of really cool bases that you can use for your journals, your books, boxes, whatever it is you like to make. So this is the first one. This is called the notebook. And this is a great little journal, and I'll be, again, going on another video because I can just talk for hours about how cool these are. So this is one. I have the stacking drawers, and if you can see, there's another die that you can stack 3 of these drawers inside of this other piece called the treasure box. And you can also fit 3 of the notebooks in this. And this is really the base die from all of them. It will hold an index card, so it's about 5 1/4 by 3 1/2 by 4 1/8, something like that. So it will hold a lot. And so this is kind of the base anchor piece of all of them. So I thought, you know, that was out already, so let's do something different, okay? So here is the watercolor. It's a 4-layer stencil, and you can use any kinds of inks that you have. You can use paint, you can use texture paste. It's a really nice heavy-duty stencil, not too thick, but not too thin that it falls apart. You know, I've had ones like that. I also like to use the new Sizzix Stamp and Stencil tool to align all of the layers so they match up perfectly. And then here is the Thinlits die called Painterly Blooms and Background. And this is the one that will die cut all of your pretty little stenciled pieces that you have just gone ahead and painted. So I'm going to turn the camera down and we'll take a look at how to do this, okay? This is the Stamp and Stencil tool from Sizzix, and as you can see, this is the piece that would you would use with stamps. We don't have them this time, so I'm going to take that off. We're not going to use that. So we're left with this platform here. And this is the piece that you're going to use to line up your stencil with. I just put it back like this so that the cover will close. So when you're using it, this is the piece that you want to have facing down with the stencils. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of my Sizzix cardstock. I love this to stencil on. It's really nice and smooth and heavy duty. And if you look at the tool, there is a piece of sticky grid here, and you will get one with the tool. And then you can also buy refills from Sizzix if you want, if this gets messy or it loses its stick. So I'm just going to take my paper and line that up here at the top and stick it down. And that's going to keep my paper nice and smooth. All right. Then I'm going to take my little spacer here, and this is just so that maybe you want to have your image down here on the page if you're working on a book and you're going to fold it over in half or whatever. I'm going to put mine just like right here so that you guys can all see this area where I'm working, okay? So the next thing we need is our stencil. So let's take a look at this. As I said, it comes in 4 layers. So the first layer is a lattice because I thought that would be a nice background for the rest of the bunch of flowers. So I made it more as a background that I would fill in just around the edge as though the flowers were on a trellis or, you know, somehow outside in nature. So there's lots of fun things that we can do with this, and hopefully I'll have time to show you in this video, but there's that layer 1. Now I don't know if you can see it, but it says, you can feel this, it says Sizzix, and then it's got number 1. So you know what order they're supposed to go in, but on this one it doesn't really matter. You can do this first, you could do it last, or by itself, okay? So that's number 1. Here is stencil number 2. This is the flower, I would say the central image of the stencil. So you can do these one color, you can do them 2 colors, 3 colors, whatever you like. And then this is the leaves and also the flower centers. And then here is kind of the detail area that's got the flower stems and the insides of the flowers. Okay, so that's 4 layers. So let's start with the first layer right here. And I'm probably going to speed up when we get to, because it just takes a while to do. I'm picking these colors. These are by Catherine Pooler, and I just like the combination. So you go ahead and choose whatever you like and use whatever applicators you have. I have one set of brushes from Beth Kingston, my good friend. So I'm going to use these to apply my ink. Now you can use paint, like I said. You can use any kind of medium that you like, but for now, I just want to show you how it works. So we are going to go ahead and do this. Now I'm also going to kind of brush this around down here to make sure that I have it how I want. I don't want this too dark. You can always add color, but you can't really take it away. So I'd rather go in light and then add as I see fit. So I'm just going ahead and doing the corners, and then I'm just going to feather out a little bit here so that there's something to border my print. That got a little dark, but it's fine. All right, it's made by hand, so, you know, nothing's perfect. Okay, there's our first layer. So let's lift this up. I know it doesn't look like much. All right, layer number 1. Now let's go on to the second color. So I'm going to put that down here, and you just want to make sure that this is, you can feel it. You know that says Sizzix, this is number 2, because if it doesn't, it's not going to lay where it's supposed to go, all right? So let's use a couple colors for this. I'm going to start with some blue, and I'm going to do a couple flowers. Now, I know that this is kind of light. I think I used up some of the ink, so I probably need to re-ink this, but do it to whatever degree of darkness or lightness that you like. And the other thing is, now Sizzix has some nice sponge daubers that you can use on these too, so it doesn't have to be a brush. Now, I don't mind. I know that I'm going to use different colors. See how I've gone over the edge here? I don't care about that. I kind of like how that looks. And I could even just do one flower, you know, half one color and half another. It's all what you like. All right, let's do some pink. And again, I'm going to dab some down here. Now, there's a reason that I'm doing this, and I'll tell you at the end why. So I'm just, one reason is I want to see how much ink I have on my brush. And I'm not really being very careful about where I put my edges if I want to spread. I kind of like how that looks with the pink and the blue together. And we can do this one. It's really making kind of a nice little purple look. And I think we're good. And then lastly, let's do yellow. So this is nice because you can use things that you already have. Most people usually have some kind of ink. And they all have different qualities and depths and, you know, but the beautiful thing about this is you can make these any color that you like. So it's always going to be in your style and colors, which, you know, that's good. You want to like it. Sometimes when I do things that other people do, it's like, that's not me. So I like to do my own thing. I'm not sure I'm showing this right, but I'm stenciling down here too, okay? All right, so I think I like that. I could go in and make it darker or lighter, but I think I like what that looks like. So layer 2 is done. Now I'm going to go on to my leaves. And I'm going to use a color called Lime Ricky. Now you can see that I have kind of, I'm going to be going over some of this, but that doesn't bother me. So I'm just going in and filling in all of the leaves with my green through and get some little accessory pieces for our flowers. All right, now something else that's kind of fun is to make 3D flowers. So I'm just gonna collect these. Don't want to lose them. Put them on my little magnetic pad here along with my big die, and we'll just poke this out. And let's make some 3D flowers. Okay, so I'm going to take out my mat. I'm going to take out my flower sculpting mat and a all right. So I'm going to take out my flower sculpting mat and lay these pretty little flowers on top here. And go ahead and make them 3D. Not all of them, but some. Okay, and here's our other one. So let's bump these up a little bit, which leaves the flower centers, which I think I'm gonna do in that orange. I did that last time and I really liked how that came out. Now just make sure you have everything. Oh, here's another leaf. Okay, and now let's do our last color, the orange. This really adds a nice pop. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it, but I do. Oh, that's a lot, but that's okay. But you can see how everything is just lining perfectly up where it's supposed to go. And I love that. No having to think about it. Wow, that really is bright. I can always go in and add some white on top, but I don't know. I kind of like that. What do you guys think? All right, now our last stencil is this here, which is like a little detail work. So I think while I have my orange, I'm going to add that over my yellow to give that a little bit of depth. I think that'll be pretty. A little shading. All right, and let's take our pink again. And we're just gonna make that a little bit darker. And we're gonna add that in the center to shade that. It goes really pretty quickly, even doing different colored flowers. All right, and then we'll do our blue. Where did it go? And you're just gonna give that a little bit more, and you'll be surprised to see it looks like it's not any different, but you will like it, I think. I hope. It's really fun to do, and you can do it in any colors. That's what I really like about it. And it cleans very easily with a baby wipe. All right, let's see what we have here. And now I can go in and darken anything that I want. Oh, I like it. That's really, really pretty. I especially like where these colors overlapped. I'm really liking that. Okay, so let's see. One more thing I want to do is rub some green ink down here, because the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to die cut this out and possibly add our flowers to a book. So let's peel this off, and you can hold this down. Peel that up, stick that. We need our platform, our shim, and 2 cutting pads. And I'm going to lay my finished piece down. Good guess there. I just cover this and kind of move it around, like where I see 2 leaves. I see 2 leaves here, 2 leaves here. And the more you rotate it, you will see just where you want to put it. So isn't that pretty? So I'm going to take some maker's tape and put that on just to make sure that it's going to stay right where I want it to go. And then you'll notice these other little pieces here, and what we can do is die cut them out of that extra paper that I had used my ink to kind of test out the strength of my color. I'm going to use that after to die cut some of these extra little shapes, because I'm going to use them to add on top of this shape and make it 3D and kind of puff it up a little, because everything, if you can have dimension, why wouldn't you? And you're just going to roll that through. One time is fine. These are not real intricate. They'll just pop right out. And let's look at what we have. Pretty. Okay. So we have a nice bunch of little flowers that we can use for cards or journals, or maybe a nice piece of 3D art. Okay, look at that. Isn't that cool? So pretty. Just kind of punch them out, and they go through really easily. You can do these on watercolor paper, on, you know, whatever you like, cardstock. You could cut these out of cardstock and not even have to stencil them. So the die works by itself or together, coordinating with the stencil, whichever you like. So I just want to show you a little tip on this, and I need to get that out of the back there. Okay, So now another thing that we could do is if we didn't want to, you know, say we didn't have this, we could take these smaller flowers and just lay them down, you know, line them up and cut. And we're going to get another little center for our flowers. And same with the leaves. We can do that, lay them on there and die cut. But I think what I'm going to do is use this piece here. So let's go ahead and do that. I hope you guys can see. All right. So let's see what we have here. To do some blue. And what I thought that I would do is decorate the back of this journal. Now I have cut this and I made a mistake on here. This is another, my first attempt at the cover of this book. So what I'm going to do is cover the back, and I've gone ahead and cut another piece to put on the back. This is a piece of the same white cardstock, and I've just taken a little bit of pink ink in the background. I rubbed it on the negative side of the embossing folder. So I got 2 out of it because this is a large folder. So I got 2 pieces, front and back. So I'm just going to take that and put that on my back, and you won't even see that I have messed that up. Cover your tracks. So I'm going to glue that on there, and I'm just going to put some pretty little flowers. Now on here on the front, I did bump them up, so I'm going to show you how to do that. But on the back, I may just keep it kind of flat because I don't want to rip them off. And I'm kind of notorious for that, not being the most careful with my journals because I use them. I think that's just fine. I'm gonna press that. And then I might decide to ink the inside of the book. I haven't decided yet what I want to do with that, but that looks nice. And then I'm gonna take my flowers and position them. Now on the front, I kind of did a cluster arrangement here, and I thought I would add a title or sentiment up there. Would be really pretty for like a wedding or a bridal shower, or even a new baby would be just like a nice little album. So we can arrange them however we like. You could just even do like, you know, one here and there, and we could save these however you want to do it. I do like the idea of flat actually. So maybe we'll just layer these down and glue them and have some leaves underneath. Now some of them did not come out exactly how I like, but it looks more artsy to me, and that does not bother me at all. So all right, let's maybe put one up there too. All right, let's go ahead and glue that down, and then here's a nice little journal. So I hope you like this, guys. I really had fun making this, and if you have ideas or you want to see more, come on over to the Eileen Hull fan club. We're on Facebook. It's our community of almost 8,500 members, and we're very active and engaged and supportive, and I would just love for you to be part of the group. I answer the questions so that we know that you are a real person. I live stream twice a week, on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock Eastern and on Thursdays at 4. So you're welcome to come on over and see some of the things that we do. In the next video, I will show how to add books to your cover of the notebook. I would love for you to follow me on social media, YouTube at Eileen Hull, Instagram, same thing. It's always my name because I can remember it. And so I can't wait to finish this. I also need to add a sentiment, and I love how this is coming out. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you can see lots of opportunities to use these pretty little flowers and to knock them out all in one pass on the Stampin' Stencil tool, and then die cut them, and then you have a nice little supply for your cards, your journals, scrapbooks, whatever it is that you like to do. All right, so thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.